Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ridhi. In case you're new here, welcome. I am doing a makeup video after so long and I'm very excited. And I am excited for a reason. I never ever in my life thought that I will be spending this much of money on makeup, but I did. And I still don't know how I feel about it. I mean, you guys know it by title, but it is still so surreal for me. I got a Pat McGrath palette. Now, here's the story. I traveled to London in 2019. I saw a Pat McGrath palette that I really wanted at that point of time, which was the Bronze Seduction palette. I swatched it and I was in love. I was in love at that very moment. But I just couldn't justify that price point. I would rather spend that money on a perfume, obviously. For the second time, I was almost going to buy it when there was a 40% discount on the Pat McGrath website. I did not because the shipping charges was way too much. That time Pat McGrath was not available in India. And when they finally launched Pat McGrath to India, man, 11,000 for an eyeshadow palette. So I finally did because there was a 10% discount during the recent sale on Nykaa, and if you would buy two products there was 15% off. And I did wanted to try out the concealer since very long. I also wanted to try out their under eye powder, but that was out of stock in my shade. And then I also had a 611 rupees code on Nykaa. I don't know what that discount code was about, but I had it. So on full price, these two would have costed me 13,690. After all the discounts, they costed me 11,026 rupees. So in all, I saved around 2,664. Not bad, according to me. Just saying. Let's talk about this palette. Now, I was confused between two palettes. As I told you guys, the Bronze Seduction, I fell in love with that palette the moment I saw that palette in London, as well as before I saw it in person, like seeing it online. I was obsessed because those are my colors, right? But I went for this one because again, this palette is beautiful. You will see it. And also, I have many bronze palettes, more warmer tones. I don't have much of these shades in here, so that's why I went for it. I think this is the only eyeshadow palette or a makeup product in general that I'm gonna keep the outer packaging of because I mean it's so pretty. There you go. You get a card in here with all the shade names, which is very silly. I think I can lose that very easily. Look at that mirror, guys. It looks so expensive, like the mirror looks expensive. Also, it's a heavy palette. And there you go. Those are the shades for the Huetopian Dreams eyeshadow palette. It's such a dream to hold a Pat McGrath palette in my hands. You guys have no idea. Now, before jumping right into the video, I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It helps me out so much. And if you're excited to see the look we come up with, keep on watching. First and the foremost, my skin needs moisture right now. So I'm gonna go in with the Biore UV Water Essence SPF 50 plus PA plus Aqua Rich. It's just perfect for me. Like it moisturizes, it protects, it hydrates, it gives me a lot of glow without being heavy and sticky. It's a very lightweight texture and it just does it all for a dry skin girl like me. Okay, so to start, I'm gonna prime my eyes, for which I'm gonna use the concealer, the Pat McGrath concealer, to cover up all the veins and discoloration so that the eyeshadows really pop. I'm definitely going to use this shade. If you guys don't know me, I'm obsessed with purple tones. I hope you guys can tell. So to start, I'm gonna go in with the shade Shock Wave. They don't really have a lot of kickback. So this shade, I'm gonna focus on my inner corners, I guess, and on my outer lash line. I do need to use a preciser brush for sure. This is the BAC 107 brush. I want to create a little wing with this shadow. That's a pretty little shade, and as you guys can see, it's pigmented as well. Usually these kind of shades aren't too pigmented, but this one is pigmented enough. I really want this shade to come towards my inner corner, like almost where my nose contour would start. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the pink to that. I know it looks very messy right now, but I promise you guys it's going to be fine. It's time for this shade, which is called Amethyst Moon, and it's an astral shade from Pat McGrath, which Pat McGrath is known for its astral formula. I also don't want to use the shade Venetian Orchid. I guess I'm gonna mix both. I'm gonna start with Venetian Orchid. I'm gonna focus on inner corner. Wow, that's so pretty. Can you guys see the way it is catching the light? And now I'm gonna go in with the shade Amethyst Moon. And I'm gonna bring it out. I'm gonna intensify it. Okay, so I'm gonna take my brush. By the way, I didn't tell you, this is the PAC 3-for-1 brush. I'm gonna dampen it a bit with a setting spray. Did you guys see what that did right now? Just dampening up it a little bit made such a difference to this look. Wow. The shade on top is a little bit more chunkier than the shade on bottom and also has a little bit more fallout, so you need to be careful. Just dampening it up a little bit has transformed this look, man. Even before completing this eye look, I'm gonna say it, these eyeshadows are worth it just because of those two shades. Take a look, man. Do you guys see what I mean? So now I'm gonna go in with the shade Plum Noir. I'm gonna use the Pro Art PE32 brush, and I'm gonna use that shade and go really close to my lash line. There is a lot of fallout with this shade, I can tell you that straight away. I'm going to be very precise and make a tiny wing. I hope that this brown was a little bit more deeper than what it is, but it's fine. I mean, for this purpose, I needed it to be a little bit more deeper. And I also want it to be on my inner corners, just to again like create that sort of a foxy eye look. I think this step would have been easier with the eyeliner. The shadow is having a little hard time to show up, if I'm being honest. Okay, you guys, so I went off camera, did my other eye, did my eyebrows, applied my foundation, and this is how we are looking so far. I am in love with those glittery shades, especially look at how they shift and how they blink. I'm obsessed. Now let's move forward to the concealer. This is in the shade LM8. Before getting into it, let me read what all it claims to do. So it is supposed to be weightless, full coverage, high performance, runway tested, and mother approved. Okay, so I am in for a treat, I guess. I love my lightweight concealers. My only issue is usually high coverage concealers are dry, which is obviously not good for my dry skin. So I hope it is not dry. Let's blend it out. That is a full coverage concealer, I can tell you that. Also, it blended out so easily. Are you guys seeing how easily this concealer is like blending in? I'm shocked. Just a few dabs and it's like completely blended. And I have to agree, this is a lightweight concealer and it is full coverage. And it is not a drying concealer. Wow. I think it rather has a little bit of glow, or maybe that is just because of my sunscreen. I'm not sure. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. It is setting into my fine lines a bit, but not crazy amount of. I'm gonna leave this concealer to as it is, and I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup. I'm not gonna set this concealer yet because I just want to see how it works by itself, because I don't like to use a lot of powders on my face, so I just want to see if it sets down itself, wherein I don't really need to use powder or as much of a powder because I have dry skin. If I can avoid powder, I would. Moving on to my bronzer, I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Glowish in the shade medium, and I'm gonna use my PAC 270 brush. I've been obsessing over this bronzer lately. It is so pretty. See how easily this bronzer even blends? Amazing. Also, this brush makes applying your bronzer so easy. I love it. It makes nose contouring easy as well. So I crease it like this. See? It sort of gives you a nice line. And then I grace it from this side. And there you go. You got a beautiful nose contour. And now I'm again gonna go back to this palette, and I'm gonna use that pink shade as my blush as well, because why not? It's gonna match beautifully with our eye look as well. And this is my PAC 211 brush. Wow, do you see? These shadows are pigmented, and this shade works beautifully as a blush. So there you go. I always love to take my blush a little bit on my forehead as well, just to really blend the look together, And I obviously like to go on my nose. Oh, that's a lot. It's okay. And now coming back to the concealer, it honestly feels set, and where I don't think so that I need to use a powder, and it does not look dry. Usually the concealers that I don't need to use the powder with looks dry. You guys can see it does not look dry whatsoever. It is not emphasizing any dry texture of mine, which I have quite a bit of. My left under eye is really bad with fine lines, so it is settling in there, but not too bad, honestly. I am very impressed. So today I'm gonna use the MAC Stack mascara. This mascara is so hyped up right now. Everyone is raving about this mascara, so I'm very excited to try it out. It's a spiky wand, and if you know me, I don't like spiky wands, but it's okay. The purpose of this mascara is to stack it as many times as you like. So let's see if we can really build up this mascara to our liking today. Okay, so that's one coat with the MAC Stack mascara, and now let's stack it up. Okay, so this eye I have 2 coats, and on this side I only have 1 coat. And let me know if you guys can see the difference. I am honestly in love with how full my lashes look right now. I really don't need falsies. I mean, I don't use false lashes anyways, but with this mascara, I am all set. So now for my under eyes, I'm gonna go in with this brown shade again that we used as our liner. And I'm gonna tight line it. This shadow has a lot of fallout. But okay, it was easy to dust off as well. Amazing. And I'm also going to redefine my inner corners, just to create that foxy liner effect. Maybe I'm gonna smoke it out a bit with the pink eyeshadow, just a little bit. There you go. Beautiful. For my highlighter, I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in the shade Blossom Glow because I love it. Do you see how beautiful that highlighter is? It's beautiful and goes perfectly with this eye look as well because it has that pink hue to it. So to line my lips, I'm gonna go in with the MAC Spice Lip Liner. Then I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Aquarius. I hope it will like make it a little bit neutral. Yes, it does. I think that it matches the pink perfectly. And now to finish this look off, I'm gonna go in with the PAC Micro Finish Setting Spray just to blend all the powders into my skin. Okay, you guys, so that is the finished look using the Pat McGrath Huetopian Dreams eyeshadow palette. It's been so long since I've like really like sit down to do my makeup, and I have like enjoyed this process so much today. Like for some reason I was driving away from makeup, but this palette really inspired me to just really like sit down and play with makeup, and I'm so happy for that. Yes, it's an expensive palette, very expensive palette, but I think that it's worth it. If you're a makeup lover like me, you love to play around with makeup, you love to play with textures, you love those multi-dimensional shimmers, like those are your jam, this palette is definitely worth it. I really don't regret it. I see myself using this palette again and again, especially because of those shimmers. Like I'm not gonna do a dramatic eye look every day, obviously, but just for like my easy peasy makeup look days, but I still want to grab the attention. Just those shimmers all over my lids, I know I'm gonna catch some eyes, okay? And coming on to the concealer, it is still going very strong. My under eyes look flawless, literally so flawless, completely worth it for me as well. And also I tried out the MAC Stack Mascara today. You guys can see my lashes are on fleek, so that's worth it as well. I had a good makeup day today after so long. In general, after so long, everything is finally, I feel like, is good in my life. The makeup is good, the makeup products are good, the makeup look is good. I'm enjoying doing my makeup after so long. I'm just into it. So with that, we come to the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this makeup look. Let me know if you guys want to see more eye looks using this palette. I would love to experiment with this palette more besides those shimmers. Although I think I would always find a way to use those shimmers. Just saying. And yes, if you did enjoy this video, do not forget to give me a big thumbs up. It helps me out so much. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Till then, stay safe, stay happy. Bye.